Hi, Sportster Paul here. Today we're with MasterCAM's first impression. It's the most popular mechanical engineering, metalworking CAM program. Vectric is big doing wooden eagles and stuff like that on routers, but MasterCAM owns the American market. SolidCAM told me that they're big in Germany and Japan, but in America it's MasterCAM. And my first impression has been terrible. I find the MasterCAM has been for me extremely hard to learn and use. Solidworks CAM by CamWorks, Visual Mill, and BobCAD CAM, I just jumped on, no training, no watching videos, nothing. And I managed to get toolpaths and get what I thought was a reasonable part. It took a little while because I'm new at it. And of course, every package I got better. So I figured MasterCAM's supposed to be complicated. Wait, till I've gotten the other three under my belt. It's taken me hours. Let's go up there and just show some of the grief I'm having, and we'll try to at least get something done on this test part my mechanical engineering buddy Dave Rui made in Silicon Valley. It's meant to trip up like automatic feature recognition and meant to be problems, and we've solved most of those problems with sketches and other kind of kludgy things. So let's go up and look at SolidWorks. I thought we'd do it from the beginning because one of the problems I have with add-ins, come down here, okay. So Visual CAM loaded in 5 seconds. SolidWorks CAM loaded in a second. BobCAD took a minute, and MasterCAM takes 35 seconds to load. Now, this is bad enough, so, it depends how often you're going in and out of it. For me, I'm a prototype person. I'm an engineer. I'm not a machinist. So a lot of my headaches are because I'm not a machinist, I assume. But a prototype person, this is why programs like MasterCAM scare me. If they're this hard to learn the first time, if I don't use it for a few months, I just had the experience today. I'd been playing with it for a week, trying to get confident enough to show you folks. Things that I did, I forgot how I got there. I still can't remember how I did certain things. So you'll watch me stumble along, and you MasterCAM folks can chuckle at how stupid I'm being. Okay, I think we're here, right? Yeah. So we're going to open this. Let's do it explicitly. My buddy Dave Rui, his test part, I saved it as a read-only file from his email, so nobody can screw with it, and I'm always sure I'm starting with his original file. So we'll go there, we'll say open. Now watch this. This takes 49. It's read-only, we know that. Just open it. So at least the last time I tried this, it took forever. It was like a minute. So it's 2:58 coming in. Let's see how many seconds it takes to load the part. This is another, my software buddies have this expression bloatware, where the software is so big and there's so much going on and there's so many data structures and there's so much stuff that it just takes forever to load and execute stuff. Now, once MasterCAM's going, it seems fine. It's snappy and works great, but they sure must be filling up the memory with stuff. See the little hourglass? Oh, you might not see that hourglass if my headshots there. Here's the hourglass. It's still going. It's still thinking. It's been 30-some seconds, over 30, right? This is kind of, to me, a little crazy. 42 seconds. Now the part comes up. So, awfully big wait. Okay, here's the other thing. There's the MasterCAM. This is what you're paying for. So, to start, like everything, okay, you get stock, you assign the machine directions. So properties, mill defaults, if you double click here, nothing happens. If you double click on files, these three right here are here, here, and here. So either one of these, if you just click on stock, it just brings you directly to stock. Files, this is another thing. You can tell it's kind of a Unix 1980s thinking where, the script file will determine. I don't want to run script files. I want to machine a part, right? If I wanted a computer science degree, I'd have taken that. Tool settings, feeds from tools. We're going to just leave this. There's obviously stuff you can edit. Does it give us 6061? Apparently. See, this is probably, you go to the files and you set your default file. I'll give up. I don't want to bore you. Bad enough it's taken so long. Stock setup. Now, this was the first problems I had. Matter of fact, It's actually, this coordinate thing was flipped around. And I went nuts trying to get where I wanted in the oh no, nothing works because I got a dialog box open. Okay, so unlike Solidworks CAM by CAMWorks, they let you type in, and it's really fancy compared to the other. I mean, they actually show you here. So I've learned, after suffering and suffering, okay, make all entities. It's a bounding box from everything. If you have like a fixture or something, I don't know. So you can do that. And now it's populated, the X, Y, and Z, I assume, to this X, Y, and Z. And like before, we want 3.5 inches, we want 4.5 inches, and we want 1.5 inches of stock. This is the 4th time I'm making this part. Now, one problem is, even if you change focus here, solid, wireframe, nothing happens. You don't see what's going on. You say yes. Oh, okay. Now, okay, I want 1/10 of an inch. I want to move the stock up or the part down, however you want to think of it. So I have some meat on the top to face off. I don't want a mill finish on the top. So you go back to stock setup. There's a lot of messing around, but same thing. It doesn't show you. You have to say okay. And you always pick the wrong way first and it goes down. But, that's life. Okay, not too bad. But now I feel this is, my pre-assumption from using those other programs. Isn't now, when you're supposed to set up your work 0, the direction of the axis, so you know that in my particular machine, my Average Benchtop Pro router, that positive X is off to my right, positive Y is towards the back, positive Z is down, and it homes, up to the top left. Now's when I want to do that, right? So here, okay, I want to move that. So I said, well, I thought it'd be in the stock. Stock is, you're going to try to give the stock a 0. It's part 0. And I went here, plane. Oh, plane, that must be it. And you go here and it opens this up and it'll change it. And you say yes. And then it changes right back. I think that changes this. I have no idea. I just know I went back and forth 100 times thinking that was doing something. So actually, let's cancel out of this. Did we raise it? Yeah, we're okay. So, all right, it's the orientation's wrong, and I want it up here in the top of the corner of the stock. We're not going to succeed. I tried. I spent hours trying to do this earlier. But what I found, first off, you go on all the help and all the stuff on the internet. Oh, well, there's a big button in this command. This is your command manager. Enable command manager. Enable command manager. And this is the MasterCAM, MasterCAM tab in the command manager. And say, oh, the planes button in the tab manager. Then other helps are, oh, it's the model prep button. Well, I don't have those buttons. And I looked and looked because I knew it had something to do with planes and okay, tool plane, and of all things, WCS, every human being knows that means World Coordinate System. Not in MasterCAM, that's the Work Coordinate System, the exact opposite of a World Coordinate System. It says planes. Well, they must have had management fighting where to put the button, like AutoCAD 10, 11, 12. It ended up here. Why didn't I remember? Because I'm sure I clicked on it when I first opened the program. There's the planes. And see, this could be all wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to make a new plane and define it. When you try to define a plane to the stock, I can't, because the stock disappears when you go to say, selected geometry. So the closest I can get is say edit. I could move it up 1/10 of an inch, or at least getting it at the level of the stock. But let's leave it where the part is, because if they put it there, it's probably where it's supposed to be. The origin here, I lit this up. Can you see that? Barely. And I put that there. Oh, excitement. At least it's in the corner of the part, not the corner of the stock where I want it. And then about X, takes a while. I think I'm getting used to these because they all have this kind of issue. 180 and change focus. Okay, there we go. Now it's at least like my machine, and I'm going to call that a win. Let's get on, because we're making toolpaths. We're 10 minutes into this. We don't even have a toolpath. So the first thing you want to do is face it. Where are we? We're in planes. So, okay, we go back here. It's as close as I can get. Sorry, I can't put my part 0 here, and I'm not even sure this is part 0, right? It's some work plane WCS thing. There's tool planes, construction planes, planes. You could see there's there's videos where people are actually making things in MasterCAM in the standalone version and building the part, as if you'd ever want to use a CAM program when you don't have assemblies, you don't have all the things you need, that you have SolidWorks. That's why I'm looking at SolidWorks MasterCAM. So you go here, mill toolpaths. We want to face. Okay. Now here's the key, and I kind of inferred this from the other programs. If you don't select anything, if you select the face, what MasterCAM does is it'll just, like if I selected this top face here, face 1, it would just machine the exact top face. I'm not even sure if it does the corners right, or if it just won't go beyond the face like it's a pocket from the above. That's why you clear the selection, and most of the programs work like that. If you don't tell it anything on this first facing operation, it says, oh, you must want to face off to all the way to the edges of the stock and not leave posts in the corner or do any other goofy things. So you just say yes. Then you get this huge dialog box. Let's, well, I guess we could do all the wrong things I did to show you how frustrated. You say yes. Okay, well, that's not the tool I want. Now this is kind of nice. You don't double click, you just single click on it. Tool. Select library tool. I got 4 monitors, so stuff is open on empty monitors. Where was it? A ball end mill, flat end mill. 3/8, we're getting close. 1/4 inch flat end mill. Say yes. You won't see that, my headshot's in the way, but we said yes. Tool 285, 1/4 inch flat end mill, because my Avid Benchtop Pro won't take a 2-inch facing mill. All right, bam. Now, this is something else that I think MasterCAM people think are really cool. This little X appeared right here over the toolpath. That's called a dirty toolpath, and they love the slang and jargon. And a toolpath's dirty because we changed the tool. Now, it's not a valid toolpath anymore for that facing mill. It's now a little 1/4 inch end mill. So you click on it, and it gives you this box, dirty operation, regenerate. Well, yes, please. Then it kicks you into a back plot. This isn't a full-blown simulator. It's a little animation, a little cartoon that you can run. See, now, bless their hearts, SolidWorks conventions, unlike the simulator for BobCAD, so, the middle button, rotate stuff, play. And it defaulted, unlike the others that wanted a zigzag, MasterCAM defaults to picking it up and moving it and setting it back down. Now notice, it's way up high. It took forever for another multiple hours project. It's like, why is it up in the air like that? As a matter of fact, that's even above the stock. What's going on? So we can get out of the simulator. Now it shows the toolpaths. That's another goofy thing. This little wiggly, the little waves, I guess that means toolpaths. Watch this icon. The color changes as I click. Oh, now you can't see the toolpath. It's gray. Now you can. It's a little bit darker gray. The Steve Jobs School of Confusing User Interface, no contrast. All right. It's going to be a real mess if it's like that, because then you can't see any indication whether this is blanked or unblanked. But I digress. I'm getting worked up. Why is it up there? I love it. You just click parameters once. It took forever because I said, well, it's a cutting parameter. Where I ended up, see, it wants to leave 50,000 stock, because all these programs love leaving stock. I can't understand it. I set it to minus 1/10 of an inch to get it down on the face of the part. And the reason why? Linking parameters. In my wildest dreams, and I'm sure I clicked on this 50 times, when I clicked on it, you see this thing, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's step overs and clearance planes, and who cares about that? No, down here is depth. Here's where you're supposed to say. Now, it's 0 now. I think the trick is say absolute, and now it'll go to the absolute plane 0. All of this incremental to what? Absolute to what? Associative to what? I have no idea. And I haven't found a simple declarative sentence. Did it turn dirty again? Yeah. Click it. Yeah, make it. You can just say yes if you don't want to watch the animation. Okay, it's still way up in the air. It's on top of the stock. Okay. See, these are the hours I've spent. This, I think you go planes. Tool plane is an important thing. Z0, see, that should be work offset -1. I don't know, that doesn't seem right. 0, 0, 0. The plane is MasterCAM front, and that icon says master. Wait. Cut parameters. It was more than 50 thousandths. It looked like it was hovering higher than 50, but you do that, we get our dirty toolpath. Now, to me, this is insane, right? Say, okay, I just want to look. Oh, no, that was it. All right. We didn't have to mess with the planes button inside the dialog box. Not to be confused with the planes button over here that lets you do other stuff. To me, this just seems so primitive, right? Making planes, doing geometry. You shouldn't be doing any of that, right? This is the 20th century, 21st or whatever. So there we are, finally. So then you say, okay, that was great. And if you want, you can go toolpath and you can animate. I think there was a way to turn the stock on. Did I turn it off? I don't know. You can say, oh, okay, it's kind of doing what I think. You know, we used it to see where in space it was. So at least it's in the right spot. Not too bad, but pretty ridiculous. I mean, to take this long just to get facing. We're halfway through the show. One operation. What were we doing? Okay, machine simulation. This is another problem because I've got a bug. That configuration thing, it's so important. See, on multiple monitors, I'd see it. On this setup, well, hit this button, empty. Is it because of Windows 7? Is it because of my video system? It's a Quadro. It's a HP ZBook laptop. I got this 4-monitor setup, right? I love it, but it's got an NVIDIA card. It's got an Intel graphics system because Intel can't let go of anything. All right, so that configuration thing was probably pretty important. We might want to come back. Machine simulation. Well, I want to run it. Select a machine. Okay, well, no help. Just dead end. Okay, machine simulation. Settings. Okay. And they got, look at this, 5-axis with a rotary, and it takes forever. Where was it? 1-axis 3 VMC. This is it. And even though I got a router, right, let's not hope for the world. It's close enough to a Haas or a Tormach or something. There was something else. Oh, I'll save you back and forth another half hour. Do not use stock. So whether you say visible stock or invisible, you spend an hour trying to figure out why isn't showing me the stock in the simulation. Well, your settings, you're so stupid. You didn't say use the MasterCAM stock definition. Now I got to go underneath my headshot and hit the green check. Anything else? I'm sure there's stuff that'll screw us up. Now we can say run. Here it comes. So like BobCAD, or you can make the tool, oh God almighty, opaque, transparent, or you can hide it completely. I kind of like looking at, did I turn it on there? The stock is on now, finally. The stock, I think, is transparent. It depends. I'd prefer it opaque. Speed, it's in the middle. Let's just get going here. Look at this, 18 minutes. Loop, why? Everything is drop downs. Okay, I'm going to keep it. Let's see, shift, middle. Oh, okay, pan works like in Solidworks. And the fact that it's put that color there, I don't see like a compare function. Material removal, simulation material using your stock, NC mode. Now that's wonderful. NC code position. In other words, if it's not using the internal math and internal toolpaths, if it's looking at G code, that would be a cool thing. Not sure. Workpiece displays work and the tool moves around the workpiece. Okay, that's like Easy where BobCAD lifted a lot of this stuff. I assume that MasterCAM was first. Maybe not. You never know. Step back. Machine housing, displays the machine housing during backplatter material, toolpath rendering. Okay, that's enough of this, right? Let's get going. So now we can use our little squiggly line thing here and poof the toolpaths. And where are we facing? Okay, another thing that's just so exasperating, so 1986. Oh, like in all the other programs. Yeah, I want to call this, face top. Where to go? Where to go? Well, you'll have to pull this out this far before you can see what you bother. They think what you care about typing in is the least important thing you want to see, and put it at the end of the string. And there's probably a script file where you can, operation string definition parameter, and you can go program that. Programmers love to make work for more programmers. But all you really need, you don't even need that. Well, you probably need the planes, this button. But so that exasperated me. This little red thing, there's all this goofy stuff about, where do you want the next operation? Most of the programs, you just, whatever you select, it'll go under what you select. These guys do it explicitly. Nothing terrible about that, I guess. Now, mill toolpaths, contour. Select. Now, I once tried, let's try it. I want to do the perimeter, right? And one of the programs, I think it was Visual Mill, it couldn't go under. It could start. Did I select that or not? No. And say OK. And let's just let it do its thing. Oh, it's pretty confused because, look at that. Right? This is what I've been putting up with. I wanted to do the perimeter. So obviously, I've never had a program fight me as much as this. And I've used CAD since 1981, ProCAD, the electronics circuit board layout ProCAD. There's a CAD, mechanical CAD. What do? We got to open this up, say parameters. Or no. Does this one have a separate geometry like some of the others? Yes. Geometry. Chain. Delete. Selection. Delete. I did rehearse this before, and I thought I wanted to see what would happen if I did it. Clear selections. Okay. So now we'll do it in a more conventional way. We'll select this. I suppose I could select the face, but they're real big on chains. They want to do chains, and that's their thing. So I figure edges are better, because then it'll do chain one. You can highlight it and say, oh, okay. And it thinks that's the direction. Is that going to be climb? That's actually conventional milling, isn't it? Well, more problems. Then we'll do parameters, tool, 2-inch facing mill. Well, that's not the best thing, is it? Okay. Toolpaths dirty. Oh, good gosh. See, you get so exasperated. Okay, this is, oh no, I haven't said yes. See, it's decided to machine the inside of that. They love cutting, CAM programmers love cutting through your solid model. You'd think it'd be like, well, we got solid model here and stock on this side. Let's pick the solid model side. They're all doing this. It's beyond belief to me. Where were we? No, that's the end mill. I don't care about that. How do I get out of this? Escape. Parameters. See, I'm getting dialog box dizzy. Cut parameters. This is like BobCAD was so confusing. They must have copied MasterCAM. Compensation direction. Right. And it moved it. We'll say, oh, while we're here, let's go depth cuts. Oh, it's nice. They put a little red European don't drive here thing. Say depth of cuts. Max roughing step 125. Let's go an 1/8 inch down. Finish step 50 thousandths. Oh, and our cut parameters. Oh, they're not leaving anything. First time in history. 0 on the sidewalls, 0 on the bottom. Say yes. Dirty toolpath. Heaven forbid you recalculated it. And say OK. Now that looks right. Except if we simulate it like the other programs, it leaves little posts here in the corner on the stock, because it's not stock aware, and a profile, I guess, is just one. This was actually pretty, I'm getting better at it. Where was it? Multiple, see, bless their heart, right? Multiple passes. Right out there in English, where you can read it, not some pictorial language, pre-hieroglyphic pictorial. How many? I think I said 3 to get it to work the way I need it. Spacing a tenth, 125. Let's try 2 and see. And dirty toolpath. And yes, all this clicking. Why do they make me do this? What cruelty? So I think if that's the center of the tool, it would nick this corner. And I gotta admit, I mean, it's nice stuff. Oh, let's do this. This was a mistake, wasn't it? Save as. MasterCAM. This is episode 1. I was ready to give up practicing. I said, I'm not going to do the MasterCAM. It's just too... Because I'd used it for a week and I still couldn't remember half of the things. Save as a copy, and open. Do you still want to save? We'll convert the following. Yeah, that's because Dave's file was a 2019. So this is just going to bump it to my 2020. And always, always, always... Oh, see, look at how much long it has to think. Hourglass, hourglass... I hope this is not another 30-second wait. The files aren't that big. I think they're 100K or something. I don't know. It's astonishing. I'm just leaving dead air because I think this is absurd that it takes this long to save, a bunch of text information, which is really all G codes are. All right. That's probably because they've got their planes. And when I watched that one tutorial, this is the only program I had to give up and watch tutorials just to get the most basic ideas. Where's, okay, planes, but where they moved the planes on mine, 2020. See, it's still thinking. This is kind of crazy, isn't it? Certainly this doesn't happen if you just opened the part in SolidWorks and saved it as there. But apparently the minute that we waited to open the part is going to be another minute because it did say save and open as a new, so it's opening our renamed part. It did get the name so far. Up here you can see MasterCAM. To me, I have a kind of OCD patience, if I'm making progress. Oh, okay, I need more of these. Oh, the depths. Close the original document. All right. I think we're going to be okay. No? Why didn't it? Oh, God, it's not going to make us wait another minute. I just asked to look at the original part because it didn't close it. It still had it there. I'm going to fast forward. So I'll wait, but I'm not going to make you wait another minute just to change focus. All right. We're back. It took minutes to change to the other part. Apparently just loading the part in the viewer is what takes a minute and a half. So I closed that part, and sometimes I noticed it, because I must have made a change on that part or done something, it doesn't want to close it and won't give me a save. Okay, we're back. So what were we doing? This is momentum, right? We have a toolpath. I think it's defined. Oh, made a mistake. Parameters. See let me explain what I'm doing first. See, it's decided to cut exactly down to where we set that geometry. Maybe it was smart enough. Maybe this has to do with the 52 different dialog, plane button, planes here, planes there, tool plane, construction plane, geometry plane, work, WCS, work coordinate system plane. But I don't want to cut right to the bottom of the part. I want to go a little past it. So when we flip the part over in the vise and deck the other side, there's not a razor sharp edge because maybe it meets 1/1000th of an inch, maybe it doesn't. So I want to go 20 thousandths under. Single click, I like that, right? There's things to love. In linking parameters, depth incremental, I think we can just say minus 0.02 and it's going to know what to do. Dirty toolpath, yes. Oh, there was a dismiss on that. Now I realize I could have dismissed that and said, never show me this stupid thing again. And there it is, right? 20 thousandths under, just what the doctor ordered. So that's great. I'm afraid to save it, right? Save. Well, that was pretty painless for the minute it takes to load. Machine simulation, run. It's only doing that. Of course, we'd have crashed. It's not helping us that, hey, you crashed. See, I don't see anywhere it's like verification. Oh, that's nice. Gouge and X. Oh, this is where BobCAD copied from. Once again, I'm pretty sure BobCAD's going to copy MasterCAM, not the other way around. Gouge and excess. So they're just trying to be like the popular package, although BobCAD's pretty popular. All right, so it's only done that operation. This is the kind of misery that. So I think the deal is you go toolpath group and say machine simulation run. They love making you click. Run. See if it does the face. Oh, it takes. Yeah, now it faces. Now it's doing the perimeter. Multiple wax. Oops, it did turn red. That must have showed us that the flutes went down underneath here. How it reports to you. Let's restart it. Run it again. Run it again. Oh, this is pretty nice, right? Get it. That's much better than most programs. So when it goes this next whack, it should turn red because it's got the tool up against the. Well, maybe not. It looks like it should be faulting. It turned red. Why isn't it red now? The shank of the tool is against the part, and that's a no-no in machining. Now it's red. So something went goofy and decided that's bad. Although that shouldn't have done it because it was out here. Who knows? See, everything that was seconds in the other programs, all of them, collisions do that. This, I can see something's going on. I expect there to be something going on. That tool shouldn't be able to make this deep of a cut without running the side of the smooth shank up against the part, which is a no-no. Chip will get in there and screw everything up. So, close the simulator, do a file, save. We'll post the files on the internet. I'm not sure if, I assume this is like, I'll look it up, like BobCAD, that you won't be able to open this file in your MasterCAM and have it work. Otherwise, everybody just install demo programs. And I'm sure this demo program won't post. But I assume it's this big brightly colored thing here that determines what part 0 is. I sure wish I could set it out on the corner. I'll ask my buddy in our Zoom call this weekend. All right, that's enough of fun. Like I say, MasterCAM's expensive, first off. And the SolidCAM guy will talk, well, they charge you for maintenance and, the post, if you want to post, I have a Mach 4 controller. But they rightfully, get a lot of money because they're very popular and everybody uses it. But to me, oh my gosh, it's been the hardest time with it. So that's my first impression. I'll keep working on it hours and hours and hours before I make this show. And hopefully the next one, when we do these pockets, won't be so clumsy. All right? So see you next time. Have some cam fun. Catch you later.